Hello there. My name is Aurelio Paredes Bautista, and I am the president of Fellowship with Humanity. I am from Imus City, Cavite, Philippines. I'm a retired engineer, 81 years old, and still strong for my age. I shall discuss to you today how I achieve financial security using concept that I learned from life. This is a concept that is not written in any book. This concept shows that a person is on a raft being taken on a slow drift in a vast body of water. On the path of the raft are opportunities, no obstacles, only opportunities for the picking if the person knows how to make use of it. The thing is good for the taking if you take it, and if you don't take it, well, you probably lose it. And if you take it, it is for your own use and advantage. So, let me remind you, when you pick it, that you have to have the knowledge of the value of things that people call worthless. If you know how to make use of the worthless, then that is a very, very big advantage for you. Now I'm showing you the illustration of what I want to tell you in this video. You are shown a raft here, and this is the body of water, and the path is towards that. That's the direction of the raft where you are riding. You are on the raft. And these are all the opportunities. All opportunities. No obstacle. God put all the opportunities in your way. But probably your way is towards this particular direction, and that all the opportunities here will be easier for you if you understand how to use it. Those things are useful for you if you understand what I'm saying. But some people make it difficult for them. They want to take the things that are not in their path. So, they call it difficulty. There is no difficulty, but only opportunities for you. This is a concept that I learned after I passed through the trials, and I shall tell you my experiences later. It is said that the best goal in life is to educate ourselves so that we will make a constant improvement while we live. It is true. I believe it. I took the first step in doing that by looking at life through the lens of Buddhism. I tried to limit my desires in order to avoid many sufferings, because desires always lead to sufferings. I studied how to improve the value of myself by looking at life through the lens of Freemasonry. I practiced the virtues: brotherly love, relief, and truth. And the four things that are taught even to Catholics, like prudence, fortitude, justice, temperance. Those are taught also in Freemasonry. It was not easy to do those things. I looked at life through the lens of Islam and always said, Inshallah, meaning if God wills. For I believe that human beings only propose, but God always disposes. If I don't desire too much, do the virtues, work out the opportunities on the way, and leave to God the outcome, things will be okay. I know that now, but there was a time when I strayed and got into trouble. Let me relate to you my life story by reading it. I was born on December 2, 1941. That was 6 days before the Second World War. I went through a lot of deprivation. In my elementary days, I sold tuba on weekends to earn school money. Tuba is a sweet beverage, a local sweet beverage. In my high school days, I planted vegetables to earn money for school supplies and other things. I wanted to be a journalist, but my eldest brother wanted me to become a machinist. My brother was a practical one. I was aiming for the journalism course that we could not afford. I worked at a gasoline station pumping gas to finance my vocational education. I heeded my eldest brother's advice. A few weeks before graduation, I was hired to undergo a 4-year apprenticeship in Subic Bay. There was a junior college in Olongapo, and I enrolled in the engineering class. So I veered away from journalism. I just took the opportunities as they come along. I went to Guam immediately after graduation from the apprenticeship to save money for my engineering study. The junior college in Olongapo offered only pre-engineering. I saved money in Guam and returned to the Philippines to enroll in Manila. I tried to have a job, but I did not find it in Manila. During this period of uncertainty, I studied Greek philosophy on my own. I also studied books on how to acquire success in life. I studied other languages. The study of philosophy was useful. My study about how to acquire success, led me to some problems. I went back to Subic to work. I married my girlfriend at age 27 and started my family. I became a Freemason and joined the union, labor union, as a high-ranking officer. I planned my life so that at 40 years old, I was to resign my work and start my business. This plan, I took from my books on how to acquire success. The first step was to finish engineering. That was the plan, by enrolling at International Correspondence School, because Olongapo did not have a college that will make you a graduate in engineering. And I graduated as an engineer from ICS. I took the board examination given by the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania and passed it. So, I became an engineer, licensed engineer in America. I became a general engineer and took care of the maintenance work of an activity in the U.S. Navy. It's a big place where the ammunitions are stored. I resigned my work at the U.S. Navy due to some problems caused by my membership in the union, because the union was being suspected by Marcos of being leftist. I worked for a mining company as a superintendent and later as assistant manager. My son got sick and I had to be in the hospital with him. I lost my job due to the long absence. I worked for a consultancy firm and headed the estimating and specifications department. I resigned from my work at age 40 and started my own business. That was a design business doing contract with the U.S. Navy in Olongapo. I made good money after 9 months. Life was good. Then the turbulence of the EDSA revolution came and the company got bankrupt. Worse, I owed 200,000 pesos and I got sick of burnout. As I told you, I was on the right track at first and picked the opportunities on my way, and I reaped the benefits. It's when I desired too much that my emotion was strained too much. I wanted to be well off, but I didn't have a clear idea where the money will be spent. Now I have a clear idea, but then, during that time, I did not have it. I spent 2 years figuring out how to get out of the debt. And luckily, some Masonic friends helped me in paying it. And when I paid it, with the money that I earned, I still have some few thousand pesos left in my pocket. Not knowing where to invest, I just bought 3 very cheap properties for the worth of a trinket, like when they bought the island of Manhattan from the Indians, for the price of a trinket from a persistent property broker. Because at that time, the revolution was over and the economy of the Philippines was too much in a downward spiral, and they were selling properties that were repossessed by the Philippine banks to whoever may want to buy them for the price of trinkets, few pesos. And then I rested for a while until my burnout faded and I was well. My knowledge of Nihongo was useful, and a Japanese company hired me to help in establishing a company in the Philippines that would begin the industrialization in Cavite. It was a success. The price of property rose sky high. I disposed of one of my 3 properties, which I used to send my 3 sons to college. Imagine, at a very, very little amount, I sent my 3 kids through college because I bought properties at a very, very low price. The properties went up sky high. I held on to the 2 properties and bought a tenancy right, knowing that clinging to land was useful in making money. I bought a tenancy right from a tenant who got tired of farming. And this tenancy right brought me more money when the Japanese company in EPSA, a processing zone in Cavite, bought the land so that a factory would be erected there. From the proceeds, I built houses and I had them rented out. Because I'm an engineer, I was an engineer, and I built the houses very, very cheap so that I could recover the investment in 2 or 3 years from the rental. I retired at 60, 21 years ago, comfortable in my living, brought about by houses that gave me the rent from the tenants. This money my wife used for the daily expenses, and the 2 properties that I have, which I bought for, like I said, trinkets. Well, many roads were built in Cavite, and my property is now a prime property. Land and house rentals are 2 investments that gave me financial stability because they were on my path. I easily gained the ability to make use of them. Also, I have useful knowledge in how to make the house. And from experience, I know that the land would give me much benefits. I live a comfortable life today that's financially stable. I live a frugal life. Live below your means. That's what I mean. I live a frugal life below my means. I am happy to have known where to place my goal, which will give me peace of mind and satisfaction. I call it crossing the 3 rivers, and I shall show it to you next. Making money for the sake of accumulating it is a hollow goal. It will not make you happy. But my goal of crossing the 3 rivers gave me peace of mind. You see, there are 3 rivers here. First river, second river, third river. And this is the concept. This is my path. On the first river, I was taken across by my parents. And then I learned how to be mature, and then got married, and in this second river, I will take my children and my wife across. That's my second river. And my children's first river, my second river. Okay? Now, they were sent to college and they finished it. They are now gainfully employed. They have their own lives. And I feel happy to see them having their own happy family. And this is my third river, which I have to cross alone. Because when I cross it, I will be behind the curtain. I shall leave this world, and I shall be where I shall not be wanting. You need finances to cross the three rivers. The first river, I did not have to worry about that because my parents took care of it. The second river, I spent for the fare to get us across. I needed finances, just the same. For my third river, I have to have plenty of money to pay for the hospitalization, if ever it will come to that. So finances is very, very necessary. So while we are still alive, we must use the money wisely. But don't be a slave to it. Don't accumulate it for no purpose at all. Don't be a slave to it. Be the master of the money. I find peace of mind knowing that I do the right things. Following the virtues, spending wisely, and making the right friends. From the preceding things, I feel happy. My children are happily married. I have my own grandchildren. And surely it will make everybody happy, like me. Peace of mind and happiness give me vitality. I say strong. I'm still strong. I eat in small portions so as not to tire my bodily organs. I live in moderation. Were those the secret of good life? I say yes. Pick the opportunity along the way as they become available to you. The opportunities farther away, and if you strive to get the opportunities not in your path, you may get the trouble like what happened to me. So, just pick the opportunities on your path and find the worth of the worthless and use it. My plan of being a journalist, well, I pursued it after I took my 3 children across the second river, my second river. And I wrote poems, thousands of them. And De La Salle University found them worth their study, and I was given the title Poet of Cavite in 1999, which led to my getting the Doctor of Humanities years later, honoris causa, a doctorate that I earned. I did not study for it, for being involved in so many things. Right now, I am the vice chairman of the Imus Historical Society, and I am involved in setting up a museum. So, thank you for listening.